share your name, your position, and what population of cancer patients you serve.
My name is Tamika Jones. Start over. Jeez, I forgot just that fast. You said I have to. Oh, you're rolling. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. He can wipe anything
Okay.
out. So don't worry if you have to do that. Name, position, and what population of cancer patients you serve.
You want all of them?
Oh,
I'll just say thoracic and urology
okay.
because I cover a lot. But
Okay.
sorry. Okay, go.
Okay. Name, position, and what population you serve of cancer patients.
My name is Tamika Jones. I'm a social worker with the James Cancer Hospital, and I work with thoracic and urology patients.
Um, what's it like for you being an oncology social worker?
Wow. I think being an oncology social worker is like no other job I've ever had. And it's a challenging job, but it's absolutely equally rewarding. It's working with people when they are at their most vulnerable state. And, some of them, you're seeing them through their journey. So you see them when they're at their lowest, but some of them you get to see them when they make it through and they get to their highest point, and you just get to be there as a support to help them through it. And I think it's awesome.
Um, talk about your patients' unmet needs and how having unmet needs impacts their cancer treatment.
So with oncology patients, and a lot of my patients, I'll have to say, travel from other places. Most of my patients are not local to this area because they want to come to the James to get better care. And so those patients, a lot of them don't have the financial means, but they still want the best care that they can get. And so a lot of them don't have food, they don't have lodging, and they do not have the money just to get here to receive that care. So you're looking at people who is, they run the risk of not being able to receive their care.
What are some of the challenges patients with financial needs face when they have to travel from other parts of the state or country for their cancer treatment?
Can you repeat it?
Mm-hmm. What are some of the challenges patients with financial needs face when they're traveling from other parts of the state or country for their cancer treatment?
So some of the challenges that my patients face are financial based. Most of their challenge is financial because they want good care, but they don't have the finances to get them here, and a lot of them don't live locally. So they run the risk of not being able to get their care because they don't have money, they don't have food to stay here, and they don't have places to stay when they get here.
Okay. As a social worker who serves cancer patients and their loved ones, how has Hope Hollow supported and helped your patients?
Hope Hollow has been amazing. They have really been a godsend for my patients. It has really made the difference of being able to possibly have care or not. I have plenty of patients that say, if I can't get fuel to get there, I won't be able to have my treatment. So that makes all the difference for them. And Hope Hollow has just been a blessing. They have helped so many of my patients. It's been lodging, sometimes it's food, just oh my gosh, it's been nutritional supplements. Hope Hollow has been amazing.
Okay, thank you. What does Hope Hollow mean, do you think, to the cancer patients and their families who are the recipients of Hope Hollow's support?
This is probably gonna sound cliche, but I'm gonna use the title of the agency. It means hope. It really does for a lot of my patients. It means hope. It means an extra layer of support for them. Kevin and Jane are absolutely amazing, and they're so genuine and just kind. Many of my patients call outside of calling me to ask for help because Kevin and Jane make them feel that comfortable. it means hope to them. It means a possibility of having treatment. It means assistance with lodging. It means assistance with fuel, sometimes nutritional supplements. So, hope.
If you didn't have Hope Hollow as a resource for your patients, what might happen to these patients?
I feel like I'm being repetitive, but it is a possibility of them not being able to get treatment. When people don't have the financial means to travel to get to their treatment, they have to make that choice of saying, I won't be able to have my care now. So when you have an agency like Hope Hollow to step in and say, we're going to give you the gas cards for these treatments, and sometimes it's not just a one-time thing. Most often it's not a one-time thing. It's several weeks of treatment. And Hope Hollow has been willing to step in and offer fuel assistance, lodging, food, just so these people can get to where they need to get to receive the proper care that they need and want.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Could you share a story or two of how Hope Hollow has made a difference in a cancer patient's or their loved one's life? Can you think of a particular patient especially impacted by Hope Hollow? And can you tell us about that situation, keeping the identifying details confidential?
I'm constantly bothering Kevin and Jane for help for my patients, and it's not a bother to them. They make sure they make me aware of that. But I'm thinking here recently, Kevin and Jane were going on vacation. We were told beforehand, get all your referrals in. Kevin and Jane are going to go take a vacation, much needed. And I just lost track of dates. And I pick up the phone and hey, Kevin. And it's all staticky and he's all breaking up. And I give Kevin a hard time. Kevin, what are you doing? I can't hear you. And Kevin says, well, we're on vacation. Jane's really been wanting to do this and taking her on vacation. I think may have been Maine. And so I'm bugging him about helping me with a patient. And this story seems more about Kevin and Jane, but it's just about their generosity and their kindness and their willingness to always put themselves aside and just consider these patients. Though two of them were supposed to be on vacation, and Kevin absolutely said, send me that referral. You need to send it to me. He's in an area where he couldn't get any phone service. And he still said, you send me that referral. We're going to take a minute and take some pictures, and then we're going to process that referral. So that's one story. And it, like I said, that's more about Kevin and Jane, but it speaks to their generosity and their willingness to just work so hard for these patients. I do have another story, though. I had a patient, a couple stories actually. I had one patient who was struggling to maintain weight, so, nutritional struggles. And I called and said, hey, Kevin, can I bug you for a minute? No, you're not bugging me, Tamika. Just come on now, what do you need? Let me know. And so I give him the story. I have the patient, like I said, was struggling nutritionally and needed some Insure. Insure is expensive, so he could not afford it. His insurance wouldn't cover it. And so I looked up, and Kevin had ordered Insure and was shipping it through Amazon. I'm like, this guy is amazing. Had never had anybody offer to mail any resources to a patient, but Kevin, without a thought, said, all right, I got it ordered. Here we go. What's the address? He took care of it. I had another patient who come all the way to the James because, of course, they want to get their care where they feel like they're going to get the best care, and got here and had no gas to get home. He lived a couple hours away. Kevin hopped right in his car. He says, I'm leaving a meeting. Give me a little bit. And he hopped in his car and he brought gas cards over to that guy. So,
That's great. What would you say to someone who might be thinking about making a donation to Hope Hollow to let them know that their gift is important and it will make a difference in a person's life who has cancer?
I would say to someone who's thinking about donating, you should absolutely do it. These people are the most kindest, generous folks, and they are absolutely doing exactly what they are saying with those resources. And they are making a huge difference for people. It is making the difference of possibly receiving care or not receiving care. And it may seem like gas cards or something simple, but again, those gas cards make the difference of somebody being able to get to the hospital to get consistent cancer care.
And then is there any other thoughts or comments regarding Hope Hollow that you'd like to share?
I love Hope Hollow. I think they are amazing. They are the kindest, most gentle, and generous folks I've ever met. And these patients love them. They have been a blessing.
That's good. Could you restate the donation part again?
I don't know what I said. I give you
Um,
stuff once.
Yeah,
I can say something again.
but the nut of it was that, there's an echo.
It was really good.
That you know where your money's going. That was the thing. Like there's a lot of skepticism about where the
Okay.
money goes for a lot of people who make donations to whatever. So I think
Okay.
you
let me
kind of
think
hit
on-
it a little bit, but if you want to just restate why people should donate to Jane, not to me. I mean, answer to Jane. Obviously, don't donate.
Wait, give me a second
Okay.
before you start rolling.
And I'll say it too. What would you say to somebody who might be thinking about making a donation to Hope Hollow to let them know that their gift is important and that it will make a difference in a person's life who has cancer?
Don't roll. I gotta think about this now because I don't remember what I said. Read it again to me. Sorry.
What would you say to someone who might be thinking about making a donation to Hope Hollow to let them know that their gift is important and will make a difference in a person's life who has cancer?
I would say to someone who is thinking about donating to Hope Hollow, you should absolutely do it. In a time where resources are so limited but needs continue to grow, there stands Hope Hollow. And these are the most kind and gentle and honest folks that I have met in the resource business. And they are actually giving your money to these patients and using it for what they say they are using it for.
That was pretty good.
I feel like I could have